four-time Miss Olympia Jay Cutler. Welcome to my channel, Jay Cutler TV, and make sure to stay in tune with the newest and updated videos. Subscribe below, guys. Thank you so much for following along.
Hey guys, welcome to Be Built by Broser. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Southern California. I hope where you guys are it's not snowing or below freezing temperatures. If it is, then you guys need to come out here. But anyway, on today's show, we filmed 3 different exercises, kind of unique movements. We did one movement for the triceps using a cable, which is great for building mass and shape into the triceps. We did a back exercise, or we'll be doing a back exercise, which is taking a shrug machine and turning it into a row machine. And then we're also doing a shoulder movement for the anterior, the front part of the shoulder, which is great for separating the shoulder from the chest. And then, of course, as usual, we'll have Ask Merlin. Hope you enjoyed the show. Okay, Dave here is doing one of my favorite single arm tricep exercises. A cable single arm extension with the cable set at about shoulder level. As you can see, he's wrapping his arm around his head so that his front delt is in contact with his cheek. And this helps you to get a real full stretch on the tricep before you begin the contraction. And then just at the elbow, he's extending the arm and squeezing the tricep. And as you can see, he's getting a real hard contraction. His tricep is striated and full. You have to make sure to get that full stretch in the beginning and that full contraction without any body movement or momentum at all, and keep that shoulder locked into the face. This is a great movement for both tricep detail and for mass. Okay guys, so if you happen to have a hammer strength or similar shrug machine in your gym, this is a great exercise to change the machine from just a shrug machine to a row machine, which really hits the mid-back the way we do it. Now, as you can see the setup, I have the shrug machine set up and a small bench so that we can elevate our torso up a little bit higher so that we could turn it from a shrug into a row. And that's the way you have to set it up, right in the front. And as Dave gets into the machine, you'll see he puts his back into the pad, actually puts his glutes on the pad to stabilize. He grabs with the parallel grip, and he's focusing on that squeeze at the top. And this really works into that mid-back. It's that depth in the mid-back, in the mid-traps, and the rhomboid area. As you can see him squeezing back there. Not much of a stretch on this, so just go till your arms are straight and focus more on the squeeze. A very strict motion. Keep a slight arch in the lower back, the chest out, and squeeze those elbows. Lead with the elbows and squeeze back as far as you can. And this is a great mid-back exercise. Okay guys, I'm going to show you an exercise that's excellent for the front or the anterior portion of the deltoids. This is really great for competitors, especially who want to create that deep separation in between the front of the shoulder and the pec when in contest condition. As you can see, he's got an underhand grip on the bar, about shoulder width. He's leaning against an incline bench set at about 70-75 degrees, and he's just using the front shoulder to lift that weight out to about chin height. His arms are just about straight, slight bend, no momentum, getting a good squeeze at the top and a good controlled negative. Great movement for the front shoulders. Give it a shot.
Big, any good questions for Merlin this week?
Yeah. Interesting question on omega-3 fatty acids. Somebody asked me about flaxseed oil versus fish oil, and which one I would recommend be consumed by most people. And actually, it's a good question because even though they both contain omega-3 fatty acids, fish oil contains something called EPA and DHA, and flaxseed contains something called alpha-linoleic acid. And most of the research that's been done on the major benefits that have to do with omega-3s come from EPA and DHA, and not so much from what's in flaxseed. So basically the short answer to that question is that you would be better off using fish oils as your main source of omega-3s to get all of the benefits that have been proven by science rather than flaxseed. Now that's not to say that there's anything wrong with flaxseed, that you shouldn't use it, but I would get a greater amount of my omega-3s from fatty fish like salmon and from fish oils to get the greatest benefits. So short question, good question, short answer.
Short but all right. So what else you got?
So another question had to do with muscle soreness, and it happened to be from somebody who competed in a competition over one of the weekends, and I guess from posing very, very hard, especially the legs, she said that her legs were so incredibly sore the next day, more sore than even sometimes from training.
Yeah.
So the first part of her question was, is that normal? And then, yeah, basically it is normal, because even though we're used to training heavy on legs and getting concentric and eccentric contractions, we're not always so used to holding static contractions for so long. And when you're on stage, this if you're going through a good prejudging, you certainly could be, if you're doing it right, holding your legs tight for 10-15 minutes at a time, never letting go. And because this is a different type of a stimulus, obviously this can cause extreme muscle soreness. So yes, it's normal. And you wanted to know if there was anything you could do about the soreness in terms of something to take or what to do. And in a case like this, I would recommend something like Advil and NSAID, or some type of ice therapy is also good. Massage can also help. But the point that I wanted to make about this particular question is about the NSAIDs. Using things like Advil and similar products when you're sore should only be done in extreme cases. This is not something that should be done regularly, and a lot of people do, and this is because it's been shown in research that NSAIDs can actually interfere with the processes that we need to go through to have muscle growth take place. So you will interfere, you need to go through that soreness. That soreness is actually a trigger. It's muscle damage, it's fiber trauma. And that is what triggers the anabolic reaction. So the whole cascade of hormones and reactions that take place from that soreness is necessary for us to grow. So if you take NSAIDs on a regular basis to get rid of that soreness, you're going to interfere with your muscle growth. So that's something I wanted to talk about here. I thought it was a good question to bring it up on. So only in extreme cases where it's debilitating, if you've gone so far that you can't work the next day, you can't lift your arms over your head, you can't walk, and it's really crazy, then it's okay to do, but do not do it on a regular basis to take care of soreness. Otherwise you will interfere with your hypertrophy.
All right, thanks, Biggie.